welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula One racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Bats. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. There we go, one and all. The cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is they going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's break out and away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo, cancel the pressure in the traction zone. I tried to mount up another overtake on 23 trademark. This is round 3 quarter.
And Timo are oh, it's the pit. Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
I wouldn't be gonna penalty too, so they can stand at the back together again, just like Timo likes it.
How many
So
times?
because-
Did you see how many times Timo tried to get in?
Hello everyone, welcome to another week of EGL here in Singapore for 2 SRL Tier 3, joined by Eddie for another week in a row.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
We're here on the streets of Singapore. You know, when F1 2019 came out and they introduced this new lighting system in Singapore, it still just looks, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember comparing to 2018. I was like, wait, what?
2018 is nothing, but anyways, yeah, so Singapore, a track in Singapore, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Couldn't figure that one out.
It's, lap times are gonna be, I'm guessing 34 for pole, maybe, 33. I don't really know what's fast on this track.
Something around that.
Yeah,
I believe if you qualify on the softs.
Yeah.
That is, which apparently most of the grid is doing. However, the softs are notoriously bad around this track.
Ooh, Fropsy has a bit of a moment there. Fropsy is currently the first person on a lap. He did scrape the wall on the out lap. I don't think he picked up any damage. But yeah, Singapore street circuits, probably one of the toughest circuits as well. It's not as tight as Monaco is, but it's definitely got quite a few more corners than Monaco does, and a lot of 90-degree corners. And if there's one thing F1 2020 has, it's understeer at low speed, which I think would play quite a lot of effect in Singapore.
Absolutely. And also the fact that the tire wear is a little bit different from last year, and 90-degree corners usually aren't very good on your tires, so gotta be careful.
Yeah, also Singapore is a track that tends to be prone to, as Owen joins and Fropsy has a moment, almost sliding and spinning it out, but managed to save it. So he's going to be the first one crossing the line here. This is going to be a 36.4. So that's a
40.
banker lap that gets broken by Granite, Reserve, that made his debut last week and had a really good showing as well. So
Did you just call him a reserve?
Reserve?
Okay. I mean, he's a reserve, but I'm pretty sure the word that came out of your mouth was reserve, but that's fine.
Oh, my bad then.
And as Zach has joined for some reason,
Yeah, Sonny invalidated his lap. Blinda, 35.4 current provisional pole. Yeah, Girl is also an invalidated lap. I was gonna say something. Ace Boy's also racing here. It's good to see. I was gonna say something. It was Singapore. It's a track that is notorious, or not notorious, but my experiences in this track, which are two. That's not really much of an experience, because I was gonna say 50% of the time it rained in my experience, and that's like 1 or 2 races. But knowing the environment that Singapore is in, which is quite tropical, I'd say, or not. Is it tropical? It's there. It's in the mix. It's in the monsoon area type of thing. So there's quite a high chance for rain usually, at least in the game.
yeah, that's correct. I believe it's rained like in most of the races I've done here.
Yeah, I mean Tier 3 really didn't have luck with the rain this season. It's been raining so many times. It's just insane. I think it rained in Austria. Zandvoort was sunny, surprisingly, or was it? I can't even remember, but it was quite a few rain races. Silverstone, of course, it was just rain all around. Hopefully the stream isn't too laggy, since Singapore is also one of those tracks that just has so much stuff that it needs to load in. And my computer is during the winter times, it gets so hot in my room, it just starts overheating. Ace Boy sets a 35.7.
Wait a minute. During winter it starts overheating? Shouldn't it be the other way around? During summer?
Yeah, you would think it would be during the summer. Anyways, just a quick update. Curse provisional pole 35.1 with softs, and Ace Boy 35.799 with mediums, which is a really good time on the mediums, especially at the start of the session.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, you'd think during the winter it wouldn't overheat, right? But
Yeah, right.
I got my heater on, I want my room to be nice and warm, so it gets warmer in my room in the winter than it does in the summer. Like, it gets to the point where it's really unbearable even sometimes. Because I tried turning off my radiator and it just doesn't turn off, so...
Okay.
Owen was
That's
in
a
an
nice
invalidated
feature.
lap, and he is coming back in. Let's see who's on a lap here. No Threats is on an out lap, actually coming close to starting his lap as Zach leaves the session. Okay. So there's quite a few people that didn't set a time. Shaka's 38.5 isn't really competitive, I would say. I mean, with that time, you don't really expect
No.
No Threats comes back in, so he's not gonna qualify on the softs.
Well, he's invalidated as well, so might as well just come in and go for another run.
Yes.
My times just said that he'd been out on track for 8 minutes, so...
Trevor
good
just
one,
came back in.
Codemasters.
Ace Boy is not doing a lap. He's definitely coming in for an out lap. I thought he would do 2 laps on those medium tires. Not when the power is so big on this track, but then again, looking at people doing laps, right? Do we have any update on the weather by any chance?
Negative.
Okay then. It all comes down to speculation, I guess.
Yes. It shall be a surprise.
So if we take our game knowledge from last year's game, you would think, okay, Singapore might rain, tire wear is bad, so qualifying on soft is not really the best idea.
It is not, but also
If it's gonna rain,
the chance of safety cars is quite high. considering we're in Singapore.
Oh, Neon just said in chat, clear, cloudy, full rain apparently. So, okay. There's gonna be rain, according to Neon, according to the game. Then again, it's Codemasters, so we don't really know if it's gonna rain, but...
Yep.
Yeah, if it's gonna rain later on in the race, then qualifying on mediums would be the preferable thing.
Yeah,
Unless you
because
go
I assume the preferred strat on this track is still
medium
medium
hard.
hard. Yeah.
Unless you you qualify on softs, pit like lap 3 or so, really early, go for a big undercut, stretch the mediums through the rain and get on winters, but would that be faster than...
Yeah, I mean, if it's full rain at the end, we already know that Codemasters means that it's gonna rain at halfway point and not at the end.
Yeah. Neon is on a lap here though, just starting it actually. So let's follow him on board. He's actually going through, this is turn 3 already, I think. Singapore has, I don't know exactly what number of corners, but there's quite a few.
There's quite a few. Yes,
yeah,
there.
as he is coming on this first proper DRS straight, the longest one actually on the track. In this track, part of the track that tightens up, also easy to invalidate as you go wide, since the curb is there, and it has a bit of runoff after the curb as well, which is just continues to be a road. It is a street circuit after all. The track, I don't know how it would be on penalties. I presume it would be quite tough as well.
Yeah, knowing track limits in this game, it's probably quite tough for some areas. I don't know where you would validate because I, well, haven't driven the track this year yet, so I can't tell.
As he's going through the second DRS zone, which was added last year, I think, for the Singaporean Grand Prix. It wasn't here in last year's game though, added for this year's game. So Singapore, for a street circuit, has 3 DRS zones, which actually makes it easier to follow people during the race. As Neon is going through this last part under the tribunes. Is it tribunes? Is that what you call those watchtowers where people sit and watch the race from?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah. And he's gonna cross the finish line here, puts a P3 with the 35.6, so not a bad effort for him.
No.
Neon, currently a championship contender as well, 30 points behind Owen, who is still leading the championship. But Owen hasn't won a race in quite a while, and he's on a quali lap here, and I think today he is feeling quite sick, but he still wants to change those things. He wants to change things up.
He actually asked me to mention that he's currently vomiting his guts out and racing. So pretty much throwback to my race last year. Well, at the start of the year.
Yeah. And while he did that on the spectator thing, I got a fastest sector 2 for Owen as Blinde goes P1 with a 34.9 on softs.
Yes.
Curse did that lap on softs and is going out with the mediums now. So does that mean he's got more time on those mediums than he did on softs? Oh, did I just have a stutter for Owen? Owen goes third with the 35.5. The game stuttered for him.
Also a respectable lap for the mediums. I don't know the whatchamacallit, the delta for the tires either.
Granite goes 35 flat on soft, so close to Blinde, less than a 10 behind. A good lap from him. Let's see, like here we got Hammer going out of the pits. Quite a few people still yet to set a lap. Sonny and Gurla in between them as well. Sonny also one of the people that's been quite on form lately, picking up 2 wins in the last 3 races. His Monza race didn't really go his way. Gurla missed last week or last 2 weeks, but the Red Bull also in contention for the championship. So is the Williams and the Haas. Quite a few teams fighting this year or this season. So that's really nice to see.
Yep.
And I'm just sitting in the pits for some reason. Oh, as I wanted to switch on to Danny, as he goes 8th and someone improved straight behind him. I think that was Trevor, who went P6. Danny went P8 or P7 and then got bumped down.
Curse starting a lap here.
Yeah. Let's
on those medium tires.
He was the
I wonder if he's... Yeah. I wonder if he's actually trying to improve his lap time on those mediums, because that's going to be a tough time to beat unless he suddenly finds a lot more pace and is not showing his true colors on those softs. See at this end, the Sector 1 timing, only 6300s down on his time through Sector 1, so it's a solid start.
Yeah, he needs to be careful not to invalidate though. This is probably a really important run, especially if he's gonna want to stretch those mediums, and locking up into that corner is not gonna help him do that. The sectors are quite long here as well, and he actually has some traffic in front, 3 cars almost in front. Oh, when he scrapes the wall as well, so 35-1 is on softs. Yes, it is on softs. Icewind. He is just going out on mediums now. This is his medium run. And he's actually 4 tenths down on his medium run, so it doesn't seem like he's going to be improving this lap unless he magically finds more time in this third sector here. His second sector was quite scrappy though, as Trevor moves out of his way there.
Yeah.
Oh, and he
he
backs off.
Backs out of his lap.
Swill going past, and is he gonna go for another run here? No, he's gonna go into the pits. Yeah, the pit lane here is also not the easiest.
Quite a tricky one to get right, yeah.
Okay, let me see who's on a lap here. Fropsy. Fropsy set the first lap of the session, and he's looking to improve it now, on softs as well. Yeah, I don't know. Are these... what are the soft runners gonna do? I don't think Granite and Blind are gonna improve those soft times. Definitely not. I think they're running out of time if they want to go for another run as well. So, with the spectator glitch, I think they'd have around 2 minutes 30-ish of the session left. As Fropsy goes P9 with the 35.9, he improves his lap.
Yep. Don't know if that improvement was actually a good idea. Oh, is he? That's Ace Boy retiring in the pits, I believe. Yes, it is. Don't know if improving for Fropsy was the greatest idea, because now he put himself to P9, and he was in P11. Forcing himself to go onto those softs to start the race instead of, well, getting to be on the mediums.
Yeah, it might not have been a good idea, but maybe he's counting on people behind knocking him out into just P11 to get a really good position. Justin, it's going to be clear to cloudy to full rain. So it's really going to mix things up here as Danny retires, so Danny's not going to be improving. I think Sonny's the one to watch here, the one that can put it up high as well. Hammer went 10th, so he's just on the edge there with the 36 flat on mediums.
Sonny is coming to the end of his lap right now. We'll see. Haven't seen any timings from him so far, so we'll see what he does.
And he's gonna cross the finish line, 35.9, so he knocks Fropsy down to P10, 9th on mediums. It's definitely a good position, 35.9, also a good, decent lap time. Yeah, I think that's fairly good enough. I think, especially there's quite a few soft runners up in front. Blind and Granite all going out on soft, so they're gonna be doing times.
Yep. But Sonny is actually not done yet. He is looking to improve on his time to go in on a hot lap just directly after the first one.
Yeah. So is Blinda, who's starting his lap here on softs, trying to improve his lap time, make the margin to V2 a bit bigger. Granite's also looking to improve. Didn't start a lap yet, as so I'm just reading chat a bit. Yeah, last year's game, medium hard was the preferred strategy. Don't know what this year is. You know, Tier 3 should be the race that just doesn't have rain, so people see what strategy it is. It is the first race of the week as well, but...
Yeah, you did mention to me that just, you know, watch what happens here and then base off of that, but don't think we can do that here because of that rain. And if we're going to go to full wets, oh boy. So Blinda was down on his time, through Sector 1 at least, about 1.5 tenths. See what happens here when they crosses the timing line for Sector 2, and now he's up almost 2 tenths.
Yeah, I was really not paying attention to the lap there. I was just on board with him. I was reading the chat, but yeah, I mean, 2 tenths, yeah, looks good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like,
Granat has been up on his time by a tenth in Sector 1 and now gonna cross the second sector timing line and still 2 tenths up on his time. So they're both looking to improve, and Blinde has to make sure that he gets Sector 3 completely correct and improves further so he can stay on pole.
and improves by
That's a
3,
34.
almost 4 tenths. So
Yep.
that's a really good lap from him. Let's see what Granite can do here if he can challenge. I got the rev glitch for Blinde there. Had to switch off for a bit because just can't take it. I just can't.
Granat was 2 tenths up on his time through Sector 2. Let's see what he does here, and a 35 flat. Not enough.
He lost quite a lot of time through Sector 3 there. He was only 9 thousandths up on his time crossing the finish line.
He also ran out of ERS just before.
Oh, what's
or
this? Oh,
the front
no.
corners.
Kurz gets a 5-place grip penalty for hitting Hammer going into the pits.
Ooh.
This was...
That's not fantastic for Curse.
yeah, especially on those softs. Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's qualifying.
That's qualifying. Something we haven't noticed is Sonny going P4.
Yeah, Sonny went P4, 35 flat. That's a really good time on those mediums.
Yep.
We got Blind on pole with the 34.5, which is also 5 tenths clear of P2 almost, which is a really good effort from Blinde as well. Granite and Trevor, both the McLarens, P2 and P3, really even times in between them. And Sonny actually almost evens it out with the McLarens as well.
Well, Curse not far behind, but unfortunately that 5-place grid penalty is gonna, well, suck for him.
Yeah, it definitely will be quite bad for him. He's gonna start P10 then. I cannot get my mind around how these penalties work. So wait, 5 place. So he's gonna go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, he's gonna start 10th. Really
yes,
good.
Senix, you know basic elementary school math.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
There's something about penalties I don't get. Yeah, so then we have people outside the top 10, which are definitely going to be starting on mediums. I think if they start on softs, it's going to be just not good. Hammer luckily didn't pick up a 5-second penalty for that collision. I'm reading the chat a bit. Talk.
What is there? Oh god, what is there to talk about?
Anyways, yeah, so we're we're gonna be having rain. That's hopefully. I mean, I just love to see rain. Not when I drive, of course. Even though I don't mind driving in the rain. Depends on the track.
Well, yes. Also, driving in the rain in the last game was completely awful.
Well, I don't
But that
mind.
was bad.
I don't mind the rain in any game. Again, depending on the track. I'd much rather have rain on Silverstone. No, then again, I don't know. I'd much rather have rain on Zandvoort over Monaco, for example.
Yeah, well, who wouldn't?
I mean, having rain on Monaco is just a death sentence. Let's look at the tires here. So Hammer, Gerla, hards. Colin, no threats, mediums. Shaka, hards, Will, mediums. That's outside of the top 10 tires. We got Kurz and Frobsy 10th and 9th on softs. Then all the way from Danny to Sonny is on mediums, and top 3 are all on softs. So this is really gonna be interesting strategy-wise.
Yes, it is. I don't know. I guess Gerla, Hammer, and Shaka are all banking on those hards to, well, stay intact until the rain, which we don't know when it's gonna fall down. So,
Well, this is the thing. Neon. Let me scroll up in the chat. I think he said something. He also said they are not Rab lads, but I'm not gonna disclose that for now. But tier 3 is on Tuesdays, so theoretically it is the best time to kind of strategize and see how things work. So, but yeah. Quoting Neon Rays here, elaborating. Game says plus 20 minutes cloudy, plus 45 minutes rain. So the rain is gonna come down towards the end of the race.
that's more midway, because it always says towards the end. But
Oh
then
wait,
it's
Colin and Nothreads got disqualified, and
yeah, they had contact on the formation lap, and that's gonna make you, well, Yeah. AWS Insights is telling me that it's either a medium to hard one stop or a medium to hard two stop.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
That's oh, and okay, that's Will doing a
warming
360
warming
on
up the
the
tires, just warming up the
yeah.
tires.
on the formation lap.
Yeah, this. I feel like the people starting on hards here are actually in a really good position if the rain comes out towards the end, because if you look at it, the people on mediums, if the rain doesn't come down yet by the time they need to pit, they're gonna have to go on to hards unless it comes on down to softs. If they go to softs and the rain doesn't come down fast, it's just gonna be a
Then-
gamble and they're gonna have to pit again.
Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, the hards, they're just gonna have to pit for mediums, and they're gonna have much better traction than the people pitting onto hards, and the people pitting onto softs might not get lucky, or the rain might not come down hard enough.
Yep.
But yeah, we got Blinda, who lined up on pole. Will is a way back, but he's getting there slowly. As everyone is lining up on the grid here.
Yep.
And we got 5 red lights going on slowly for the 2SRL Tier 3 Singaporean Grand Prix. With a bit of rain as the lights go out. The race is about to start about now. And yeah, here we go. Actually got it on time this time. In front, I think Granite already gets the jump on Blinda, who gets Granite got a really good start. Oh, my thing is getting tangled up already. Aceboy in the back already fighting as well. Side by side are Aceboy and Neon, who actually drops the position to Aceboy. Fropsy's on the back of them as well. Side by side, they're going Aceboy and Neon. Neon fighting back into that second DRS straight without DRS this time around. In the back, I think Danny also might be pulling a move onto side by side with Fropsy. Fropsy on the inside, and Danny might go a bit deep, still holding around the outside though, and Danny keeps the position or gets it done. So that's pretty clean from them. No contact or no major accident so far, which is nice to see, especially in Singapore. It's such a tight track, so it was a clean start.
Yep. Curse is looking to make a move on Fropsy. They're going to go side by side into turn 10, 11. This sequence is always difficult to get right. No, and Fropsy is not having a great time on those softs.
Yeah, the soft runners are probably in a really bad spot here, but Granite got a fantastic start off the line. Just got better traction. Got P1 into turn 1, kept it, and almost has a whole second gap already to P2. As Fropsy also is 1.2 seconds off of Curse. Curse, who had the 5 place group penalty already. I mean, gained 1 position so far, P9, but the fact he started on softs is not really going to be in his favors. There's a yellow flag, and I think that's Will who's around. Has a bit of right side end plate damage, which is not optimal, especially not in Singapore. Those tires are also going to be pretty warm now, considering he spun on the formation lap and he spun now as well, so not optimal for Will.
Yep. You could almost say suboptimal for him, as Trevor Linden is actually dropping out of DRS range to Blinda and Granat, and Blinda is close to dropping out of the range to Granat as well, so yeah. Fropsy's down 1.4 seconds from Curse already, so he's struggling definitely on that, and Derhammer unfortunately stuck behind him for now, because those softs are going to be way quicker out of the corners than those hards, so
yeah, I would
yikes.
think those hards are not even up to temperature yet, like fully.
That is completely possible. And
Sorry about that
Granat
one.
is actually close to breaking DRS range to Blinda. Trevor is now 1.4 seconds behind Blinda, so there's some pace discrepancies at the top here.
Yeah, the
But
soft
this is
runners.
just going to
Sorry about that. The soft runners really need to make the most they can out of the soft tires, especially if the rain doesn't come down too fast. Yeah, as we have Colin and Gurla going side by side, and Colin actually getting past Gurla here. Gurla is on the hards, and Gurla fighting back on the inside for the next turn. So that's good fighting between them. Gurla keeps his position, but those hards don't seem to be up to pace quite yet, especially not compared to the mediums. Gurla's actually falling off of Hammer in front.
Yes, he is. Interesting stats from the top here. Granat is already out of battery. He's been pushing so hard to get that gap to Blinde, and Blinde is actually going to make that up because he's at 50%, whereas Granat is already derating. So this means that Blinde could deploy more in Sector 1 on the start of lap 3 and actually got into DRS range back. So all that pushing Granat just did was all in vain.
As Trevor and
Because it wasn't
Sonny are
enough.
fighting, Sonny goes on the inside after that DRS trade with DRS going side by side, and actually Sonny gets the position. He gets the position onto Trevor, so yeah, that DRS already coming into effect, and I think we're going to be seeing more moves going along the straight.
Same story for the other McLaren as well. He's been pushing and using a lot of battery to stay within Blinde, and well, it didn't work out. And now Sonny, with almost double, well, over double the battery that Trevor had, just pushed through. And actually, Owen is going to look to make a move on the inside and actually gets it done into turn 13.
Yeah, Tilt said in chat you get 8% ERS per lap, so is that if you just normally drive? 8% ERS is actually not that much, so this thing it's pretty ERS heavy than this track.
It seems that it is, yes. Sonny is sitting at a pretty 73% right now, whereas Granat is still only at 20, and Blinde at 60 behind him, so...
As there's a yellow flag, and that's Colin who's around. Was it him? Yeah, it was Colin. I think he made a mistake. Another yellow flag, and that's a Racing Point Curse who lost it. See if he has any damage. There's someone going into the pits. That's No Threads going into the pits, and Curse both. And Curse picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Yep, Trevor Linden also pit to the medium tires, so apparently he must have had either damage or then he recognized that his pace on those softs wasn't great and he decided to get into the pits. Blinde and Granat actually going side by side into turn 7, and then Blinde pushed Granat into the wall. I don't know if any of those two guys have damage.
Granat actually ghosted as well, so I don't know what happened there, but Sonny's on the back of them as well, and Sonny's on medium tires. So
Sonny's showing extremely good pace here on those medium tires to the start of the race. Both of the soft runners in front of him are very much trouble because of that big tussle, and those softs are starting to drop off already.
Yeah, keep in mind, Sonny also did 2 laps on those medium tires in qualifying in comparison to 1 lap by everyone else. There's another yellow flag in the back. That's Fropsy, who I think is off. Picks up damage as well. Under that tunnel section, I'd guess, towards the end of Sector 2. Yeah, that's damage for Fropsy, so he's gonna have to pit. He's on softs as well, so it is around his pit window, so it's not that bad, but he's still gonna lose quite a lot of time getting to the pits with that broken front wing.
It's true, that front wing is pretty crucial in that Sector 3 because that sector is the tightest on the wall, and you need that downforce to get through the corners, and Granat is actually going to go into the pits here.
Yeah, and Sonny 1.3 seconds behind of Blinde. Barely without DRS, still had it because Granat was in front of him, but Blinde has no DRS now. Blinde staying out late as well, and I think those softs are definitely slower than the mediums here, but there's one thing that F1 2020 is known about, and that's definitely DRS trains, and we can see one here from P1 to all the way down to P6.
Yep, except that Sonny actually doesn't have DRS.
Oh yeah, wait, he doesn't.
He was in range, but I don't know where the detection zone is, and then he just didn't have DRS for the straight. So
I think he's gonna have it for the rest of the DRS zones because look at how much he's closing in at corner exits. Those mediums just have so much more grip than the softs.
Yep, that is completely correct about that.
I think it was in F1 2018 where you still had those not soft, medium, hard, but you had like ultra softs. I think you had ultra soft, softs, or no, ultra soft, super softs, and softs. I think you had at Singapore, and the ultra softs just burned through on this track. The temps just went sky high, and I wonder if it's the same with the softs here. Or
Didn't you have hyper softs on this track?
No. Or did you? I know Monaco had hyper softs.
I know too, but wasn't Singapore? No. I don't think so. Oh, I just heard a bonk. Who just bonked?
It's just easy to tap the wall with your side you don't really pick up any damage. You lose some time as Blinda's staying out for one more lap. Hammer picks up 3-second time penalty. First proper penalty of the session. As look how close Sonny is to Blinda this time round, and he's definitely gonna have DRS for that big DRS trade here coming up.
Yep.
He's all over the back of Blinda. Owen P3 came in chat says they had Hypersofts in 2018. Okay, my bad then. So it was what? Hypersoft, Ultrasoft, and Supersoft.
Yep.
Interesting.
Is Sonny gonna have enough pace to get past Blinda here on the straight? No, he's not. He was too far back here. Curse actually set the fastest lap time on mediums that he pit to. Oh, Sonny's looking for ambitious move, and
this is putting Owen really close to Sonny, and Owen might be going for a move here on the inside of Sonny. Actually, they go side by side, and I think Owen might get the position here. Owen on the inside has the inside for the next corner. And there's a bit of
there's
bumping
not
there.
enough space there, and then Neon Race goes in the back with Sonny, and then Ace Boy tries to poke his head around. Now there's no space for those either. Now Ace Boy is gonna drop to Danny as well, so a lot of position changes in these corners because of that tussling going on.
Did Neon pick up damage on the front wing? It seems like he might have, but the wing seems fine for now.
Danny's all over the back of him, but he has to be patient for that overtake because we don't want another scenario that just happened there. Starting from Sonny's little mistake, going to look for a move on the inside of Blinda in turn 10, was it? No, turn 9. 8, sorry. There's so many turns on this track.
Turn 8.
Blinda's
It's turn 8.
Yeah, I said turn 8.
Okay, because I just had to count all the corners. Blinda picks up a 5-second penalty for spitting in the pit lane. And Sonny, around the outside of Owen, doesn't go for it. Yeah, so Neon doesn't have damage, luckily. Ace is also really close to the back there. But yeah, top 5 currently within DRS of each other. Icewind says, for whatever reason, they didn't have Super Sauce back in 2018. I feel like Singapore wasn't the only track. If I remember correctly, there was multiple tracks where you went Hypersoft, Ultrasoft to soft. Like, I feel like there's a couple tracks that didn't have super softs or didn't have like a tire in between.
But weren't the softs the yellow tire?
Yeah,
in 2018?
they were.
And then super softs were red.
Super softs were red, ultra softs were purple, hyper softs were pink.
Yeah.
Hards were white.
No, mediums were white.
Mediums were white. Yeah, mediums. I completely forgot mediums exist. Mediums were white and hards were... I think there was one track that had hards and that was Silverstone. And the hards were orange? I don't remember. Oh, Sonic has a yellow front wing apparently, according to Chief. Doesn't look like anything from here, but that's going to be causing him time for sure. And he's going to have to get a wing change. Probably, if he's not losing too much time.
Yeah. I mean, he's keeping on the back of Owen right now, with a lot more ERS to boot, but I can't see the damage on his car, but I guess it's just not visible then.
Okay, so in that case, Neon might have some damage as well.
Could be. Blinda has made a move on Shaka coming out of the pits. Shaka on 6-lap old hards, and also picks up a penalty as soon as I mentioned his name a couple times. Clearly a lot slower.
Oh, yellow flag. That's that's I think Granite who's around, and I think Curse had an incident as well. So Granite and Curse both had an incident, and I think Curse is letting Granite go by. So it might have been on Curse, and it's nice to see that he acknowledges and gives the position back. But no threats is on intermediates.
Okay. I think he might have messed up and gone one too many things to, options to the right, and accidentally. Yeah. That's an oopsie daisy.
Well, maybe the rain's gonna come down soon.
I mean, that's too much of a prediction. No offense, no.
I mean, he is in a Ferrari. He is in a Ferrari. Give him that. Yeah.
I guess you could say that there's no threat for rain.
Also, Kimmy said the super hards were blue. I completely forgot that existed as well. I don't even remember what track had the super hards.
I don't. They were never used, I believe.
I don't even think the hearts were ever used.
That's true. So yeah. Oh, Danny is dropping out of DRS. Oh, he went really wide into the last corner. And Ace Boy is actually going to say thank you and just go by.
Wait,
I don't know what happened.
I didn't listen to you. What did you say? Because Icewind said, Jesus, that was pretty bad, Eddie.
I'm not going to repeat that.
Okay, maybe it's for the better. Blinda's closing
Yeah,
up onto Trevor here. He has DRS, Trevor doesn't. Blinda is on fresher mediums as well, and I think he had more pace across the whole session than quite a few drivers. Curse and Granite both had incidents. 10 minutes to rain, according to Jeff. What a nice quote by Jeff. Always love to hear that one.
Oh, thank you, Chief Jeff. So, Neon Race is going to look for a move on
Blinda
Sonny.
also looking to move on.
Oh no! That's...
Oh.
Oh boy. Neon was looking on the inside of Sonny there, but then he wasn't... Oh, that's bad. I don't think there's anyone else to blame in that, but Neon, in my opinion. But if it gets reported, then stewards will have to take a look at that. But
Yeah, I just switched over when I heard your talking.
yeah, it wasn't Neon's corner, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's gonna lose a lot of time. His wing is definitely dead now. This is gonna be really good for Owen in the whole championship scheme so far, though. Owen, who's been losing ground to Neon Rays. Klug actually can't even make the corners. Oh, this is really bad.
That's not great from Sonny. Is going to dive into the pits and gets a 5-second penalty for speed.
There's been quite a few penalties for speeding so far. Also, while we were talking, Owen picked up a 3-second time penalty, which will come into effect towards the end of the race.
That is correct. So Blinda is quite far behind from anyone currently in the top 5. On the medium compound tire, though, on the freshest tires of grid. Am I lying? No, I'm not. Okay, good.
Yes, you are. Sonny just pit, and he's on the freshest tires, and so is Neon Rays. Neon Rays going on to another set of mediums. So, this is the thing, right? If the rain is going to come down, and it's not going to be too hard, so you're not going to switch over to wet tires, Neon Rays is going to have to pit again. While as Sonny will be able to stay out on those tires. There's a yellow flag, and that's, I think, Will, who is around, and...
Will is around, and he has Austin Powers himself. Oh, never mind. He had Austin Powers himself in that corner, but
yeah,
we'll get going.
The gaps in between people are quite big now, so no DRS for anyone really, except for Owen, Ace Boy here, who's right on the back of Owen. Danny's also in a really good position. Owen, who was in the net lead. Actually, no, Blinda was in the net lead before he went into the pits. So Blinda gets those medium tires to the rain. Someone said in chat, lap 10 to 11 is when they pit on from mediums. So if that's right, then yeah, then Blinda really has around 9 more laps left on that. As it says pit windows open for
Danny
the hards.
into the pits. Yep.
Yeah, that call was right. Must be painful to drive. Oh yeah, it definitely is painful to drive. Imagine not having a wing and rain on this track.
Oh. As Danny opts to go for the soft compound tire to go to the... Huh. Okay.
Curse
I guess he's
3-second
banking
time
on... I guess he's banking on the rain to come down in the next 5 laps, because that's as long as the tires will last.
Yeah, there was, I think Chief said in chat around 5 minutes ago that rain is in 10 minutes. So if he can make those softs last, maybe he's banking on a safety car as well, or a VSC. That would definitely help the tires last for longer. We had no retirement so far, and I probably just jinxed it, but Singapore, one of those tracks, if you crash, there's definitely going to be a safety car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if not a safety car, then absolutely a VSC.
By the way, hello everyone in chat. There's quite a few people watching today. This is nice to see.
Yep.
Yeah, 16 people
Thank
driving.
you for joining us.
Yeah. Hello, Dragon.
Is making a move on Cullen at the end of the DRS straight for sector 1. As expected, on fresher mediums. Clearly way faster tire than the hard on this track, but the hard just has the longevity over those two compounds.
Yeah, definitely. You know, so one of the people that has been around the top of this session, but had that accident that really dropped him all the way down, and I think this will be one of those races to forget for Neon. You know, I think me and Pixel said this countless of times. I don't know if you said it, but Neon is one of those people. He's probably one of the faster people in Tier 3, but he's also one of the more inconsistent people in Tier 3. He
Wait,
has races that you can't forget, like his China race where he started, I think, last and he won. And then you have races like France, which are just they should be written off as not races at all. As Owen went, Owen went onto soft. Yeah.
Yep.
Owen is on softs, Granat's on mediums. Owen should be on the faster tire here, but Granat's gonna have DRS. Owen will not. So is Granat gonna be going for a move here, which I wouldn't be surprised, but he is I think too far back unless he's gonna send for a dive. He also doesn't have any ERS, so he's derating quite hard. In comparison
He
to
lost quite a significant amount of time on the entry to that DRS trade, so far back now. And Granat is also very, very low on ERS compared to Owen. Owen has a chance to push a little bit more than him.
Yeah, definitely, but I'm thinking, so, because Owen is so far in front, right? So we need to look at the championship battle here. They're currently the first and second place, 30-point gap between Owen and Neon Race. Neon Race is out of the points right now, so this would be really good for Owen. Hammer and Gerla on those hards, their strategy might pay off if the rain comes out soon. Hammer has such a big lead already that if the rain comes down and he pits, he's gonna be in the lead. Also, if the rain comes down once Owen is past the pits and Neon Race is behind them, Neon Race might pit and be faster on those tires and actually make up ground onto Owen and gain the position and gain a lot of time. So this is still going to be really close to when the rain actually comes down. So it's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds. Sonya on the back of Curse here.
True.
Sonya with hard tires onto Curse. Curse defending the inside. Sonya looking around the outside. Will not go for it there. Trying to make force Curse go make a mistake. Curse still staying in front. I think Sonny's biding his time as well for that DRS trade. But look how much time he's gaining on corner exits. Curse taking the inside again. Curse getting a bad exit. Bumps the wall a bit. Doesn't have DRS. Sonny does with overtake. I think he should breeze past here. Was there contact? Was that what just happened? Was that desync? I have no clue.
No, I think that was actual contact. Curse just went into the back of Sonny's left rear tire for some reason.
But yeah, Sonny gets the position, so that's a position for Sonny, who opted to go onto the hards after the pit stop. Yeah, I'll say it again. If the rain doesn't come down hard enough, Neon race is completely over for the shot of points as well, unless there's a safety car, since he will have to pit again.
It's true. And Gerla and Hammer are just hoping and praying that the rain will come down soon.
There's a yellow flag, and that's, I think, Curse.
That is Curse.
Who is around and has damage. Front left end plate is gone. Actually, the wing looks in bad shape. It's definitely seen better days.
Oh, that's more than in-plate damage. That has to be orange or...
Oh, look at this though. This is interesting. Danny was behind Owen before the pits, pitted earlier, and is in front of Owen. So the undercut is definitely faster as Owen sets the fastest lap time. I think they're also going to let each other go past. Their teammates been working together for the whole season basically. So, or ever since Owen switched over to Haas. Aceboy and Granite also fighting. Aceboy gets the position on Granite. I think with DRS on the main straight, it was an easy move for him. Sonny's on the back of them now as well. There's someone pitting. That's Curse is pitting. Yeah, with damage.
And rain is starting to fall.
It is? I can't see it.
I can see the look at the halos on the cars.
I don't see it.
Well, you'll still drop it soon.
I saw one drop. I don't know if it was my screen dying or I saw another one. Either that's shooting stars or it's falling. It's actually yeah, it is. I can see the rain.
Yeah. rain is starting to fall here in Singapore on lap 14 out of 31. So, as Danny and Owen just changing positions.
SMH.
What was I supposed to say?
Wait, but Danny's still in front of Owen. Wait, what?
Wait, no, they didn't change. Oh, I'm confused.
I'm confused as well. I think they wanted to change positions, but I feel like Owen might have made a mistake going for a move. I don't know what happened, but yeah, the rain's starting to fall here, and Will 3-second time penalty. I think that's his third one so far.
Yep.
Oh, hello, Darren chat. Nice to see you as well. If it rains hard, this is Hammer's race to lose.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And also the softs in these. Oh, okay. Linda and
making-
Gurla.
Yeah. Linda, I think, made a mistake there. Gurla is all over the back of him. Or no, wait. Linda went past Gurla. My bad.
Yep. But I feel like they came together a little bit. They were both a little bit sideways on track. Not exactly sideways, but diagonally on a part where you're not supposed to be. Will gets another 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. So
Like a 45-degree angle then? Like, kind of making the corner, but like not...
yeah, but kind of like sideways making it.
Yeah, you know, I don't know really much about corners. I barely pass math, so...
Okay. Oh, Danny, a 3-second time penalty. That has to be costly at the top.
Yeah, both Owen and Danny have 3 seconds right now.
Yeah. But can you see how fast they've caught up to Trevor Linden?
Yeah, Trevor is on medium tires. Like, the softs are definitely the faster tire. Will is spitting onto intermediates already. So... yeah, let's
That's
see
quite early.
if people are gonna gamble and go on the inters. Like, I remember when I did SLR tier.
Oh. I think Owen might have just overshot the corner and he's got
Yeah,
wing damage.
he's got wing damage. I saw end plate flying. I was just gonna say something, but okay. This is gonna
Yeah,
make it all.
I just suddenly saw debris flying across my screen on Danny's onboard. I was like,
Yeah,
what
same.
happened? I believe he broke himself, but Danny as well. Before that actually went down, he's sitting at 100% ERS and not even boosting.
He's just
Like
vibing.
that is the pace difference between him and Trevor Linden right now. And as I heard a crunch in the background, that was Owen.
Oh, and he almost loses it, but keeps it. Okay, that was scary. Oh, every time I see the car keep on turning when it's supposed to be going straight, that's scary. But Trevor Linden here, under attack from both the Haas's. Danny going on the inside of him into turn 1. Trevor keeps the position, but has the inside for turn 3 here. Trevor on the outside, Danny on the inside. Danny stays behind, boosting now, finally using that boost to try to go past here. And Trevor keeps the position. Maybe those softs are also in a bad shape right now, but he's got the exit spin here. I think both those all those tires, and he had to lift maybe a bit there. Trevor held his line, but Danny and Owen both getting past.
That was a sneaky little dive from Owen there. As I looked at Will's on board for 2 seconds and I saw him plummet into a wall, so I'm fairly certain that the inters are not the choice of tire right now. And
there's
speak
a yellow
of the
flag.
devil-
Yeah.
Speak of the devil.
That's not how you cool down the tires, Will.
Nope, and that's not how you use overtake either. So, oh boy. Yeah.
There's Colin who's on the back of Shaka as well here. Yeah, the interns aren't ideal, and as I was about to say about 2 or 3 laps ago, when I did SLR Tier 4 in Zandvoort, it started raining on the last 5 laps. And I was like, okay, last 5 laps it's gonna rain, no need to pit yet. But it got wet super fast, and yeah, I don't know. This right now seems like it's staying quite dry. Shaka's quite struggling on those hard tires as well, and Colin might be having the run on him here. With DRS, barely any ERS, he's derating, but he's going around the outside after that second DRS zone, and Shaka keeps the position. So it was an attempt from Colin, but it's hard to get around the outside there.
Yep. As Owen has told Danny to, alright, start deploying, start pushing, so we can catch up to those hard and medium runners at the top to make the gap a little bit less on the crossover when it's time to go to the inters, if it's ever gonna be. Were we promised full rain, like actual heavy rain?
Yeah, that was supposed to be towards the end of the race, though. This is also interesting, though. Owen is really racing against Neon Race for the championship here. Sonny's also in contention, but Sonny is behind Owen. But what does this is gonna... they're both side by side. Or, I mean, Danny's in front of Owen. They're gonna have to double stack if it gets too wet. Unless one of them tries to go for an undercut and gamble it. But otherwise, it's gonna be a double stack. Or one person is gonna lose time when they keep out for one more lap.
I believe the person to do that risky undercut to the inters should be Owen, because he has wing damage as well.
Yeah.
But, of course, usually you pit the car in front first, but I don't know. We'll see what they do. When you were monologuing, Ace Boy and Trevor Linden swap positions, and Sonny and Granat actually also swap positions.
I'm monologue?
So, yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay. You just did.
Ah, well. It is what it is. Ace Boy
Ace
picks
Boy
up a
gets-
3-second penalty.
Maybe it's time for the
No, not yet.
weekly penalty checkup.
Not yet, not yet. We need to see...
Not yet.
No. Leave people wondering, you know, it's the anticipation of what's gonna happen that's interesting, you know? You know...
Well, I just looked at a few and I can't tell it's pretty. Anyway.
Okay, that's good to hear. I like that one. You know, a lot of the tracks, you know, just DRS trains, not a lot of fighting. Colin picks a 30-second time penalty. Yeah, Singapore, it's been more eventful than I would have thought it would be. Lap 1 was clean, which is nice to see, especially in this track. But yeah, okay, I lost my train of thought. Scratch that. Yellow flag. Is it Fropsy or is it Neon Rays? It's Fropsy.
One.
It's
Yep.
Fropsy. Wing damage is all for Fropsy here, so that's not good for him.
So that would be an indication that the track is getting a little bit greasy, at least on worn tires. So that can't mean anything good for their Hammer, Blinda, and Gorilla at this.
Ooh,
front,
and that's
and
Curse who went out as well. In turn 1,
And
he
he
retired.
just decides tire track.
Ace Boy is all over the back of Owen and Danny here. Those soft tires are definitely not in a good shape right now. We saw people pit lap 3 or so at the start. And he's all over the back of them here. So, I got called a goldfish in chat. Oh, come on.
No, you didn't get called. You didn't get called a goldfish. You got
A
called
golden fish,
golden-
sorry.
A golden
Sorry.
fish. Yeah.
Dragon, oh, see, Dragon feels my vibe, you know? He says, don't look at the penalties, look at them at the end, because it's a surprise. You know, oh, now I remember what I wanted to say. You know, some races, oh, there's someone going into the pits. That's, I think, Owen who's pitting.
Yep.
Owen is pitting, he's gonna go on intermediates.
As I predicted.
Yeah.
With that wing damage, he's gonna go repair that and probably toss on the inters already. It doesn't look like it's wet enough for that yet, but if he goes to another dry set of tires, he's gonna have to pit again. So yeah, that will be the inters put on that Haas, and we'll see how that pays off, if it does at all.
Wait,
Still
what am
seems-
I saying cursed? I'm completely lost, but okay.
I don't.
It doesn't matter. I lost my train of thought again. Neon races all
Yeah.
over the back of Granite here. Going for a move into turn 7, 8, 6.
8, 7,
6?
7.
No, that's
7.
6. This
No,
is 7.
no.
This is 8.
No,
Uh,
this is 8.
but still going side by side, Neon Rays and Granite. Good
This is
racing
9.
from them.
Trust me, I have the track map open. Don't.
Oh, okay. You know, I'll let you be smart then.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, when I say curse, okay. Well, I'm not gonna be saying curse anymore, sadly. First retirement of the race. Hopefully the last one as well.
And also, did you notice he retired on track, but we didn't get a VSC or a safety car?
Nice voice crack. Yeah,
Thanks.
Neon Rays going for a move onto Granite here with the RS actually gets it done on the straight. Owens on inters, yeah. The reason why there's no safety car, because if you retire on track, it's never going to be a safety car as long as you retire in the menu. If you just drive into a wall, if you actually crash on track and your car is undrivable, then there's going to be a VSC or a safety car. Granite picks up 30-second time penalty.
Right. Okay.
So there's no threats. How is Owen faring on those intermediates?
Not great so far. He's losing time to Granat quite severely, and Sonny is actually going to dive into this. Oh boy. Is that a second speeding?
I think it might be. Oh, Neon
And
Race has
so-
a moment. No. Neon Race lost it in turn. Oh, I was just going to say the Neon Race is in a really good position here, but everyone's spitting onto intermediates, and Neon Race, who had a chance to overcut them, is lost
Yep,
it
he
now.
just
But
threw that away. Neon Race did the curse and spun in the same
shut
spot.
it. Just
but
stop. Just stop. Just stop.
What?
Just cut it right there.
What?
Hammer and Gerla on really old hards.
Yes.
I think they're also gonna be struggling here, but it doesn't seem to be getting too wet. Kimmy in chat says Owen pulled a master strat. Then he says, actually, never mind, unless he changes from
No,
wing.
he,
And I'll tell you something. Owen, I think, as a matter of fact, did change.
Yes, he
yeah,
did.
it's a no-brainer, I think, to change from wing around Singapore.
So in all, on track, he lost 3 seconds. How long does a wing change take?
I think a normal pit stop is like 2.5 with the wing change is around 6-ish. 6 to 7.
Okay. Durhammer is he's diving into the pits here to go onto the.
Oh, and he's going slow to not speed. Staying it safe, and that's Blinda in the back coming in.
That's-
And Blinda gets a 5-second penalty for speeding. Well,
I think Durhammer didn't actually know where the car takes over for the pits.
oh, Blinda's
and,
actually serving a
Belinda
penalty.
is serving a penalty as
He's
well.
gonna change
Yes.
his front wing. Oh, this is gonna cost him quite a lot.
No, that's gonna take a while for Blinda to get out of the pits here. Neon Rays as well into the pits. Actually in a pretty good position here. He's in P4 right now. Ace, Boy, Danny, Trevor Linden, Owen are close though, and they're probably gonna jump him.
Yeah,
Oh, Owen is sideways. He just did a Tokyo drift. We're not in Japan though, so. Sonny is on the back.
Blinda,
of
5-second
well.
penalty for crossing the pit exit white line.
Oh, boy. Oh, and now he went into the back of Trevor Linden and spun both of them out.
Oh no. Owen gets past Neon Rays here, but Neon Rays is 2 positions behind Owen here. So Neon Rays really back in it now. With 10
Yep.
laps to go, the intermediates are the faster tire now.
Definitely. As Tara said, how to destroy your race in 30 seconds for Blinda, and that is absolutely correct. Oh,
Sonya and Owen going side by
going
side. Oh,
side by
there's a car. That's Blinda who lost it. I don't know
Speak
what
of-
happened. I just saw him
Speak of the
spinning,
devil
but
of destroying your race, he now has wing damage once again.
I'm gonna correct her. How to destroy your race in
Oh
45
my
seconds.
What is happening? Neon Rays, Owen, and Sonny just came together, and there were wings flying everywhere. I don't know who has damage, but something just happened. That was a collision, and a bad one at that. This camera angle is absolutely horrible, but I believe Sonny might have end plate damage.
Sonny had damage for quite a while, as Owen seems to be struggling a bit as well.
Neon Rays
Neon Rays
also has
has
end plate damage, and what about Owen? Owen does not have any visible damage at least, but both Sonny and Neon Rays, yes, both of them have end plate damage at least.
Another yellow flag. That's Will, who I think is in the wall. Reverses to get out.
For
anyways.
the umpteenth time this race.
What happened with the incident? I think I missed it. If you saw it, give us a rundown. What happened?
I don't know actually what happened, but I believe it was turn 9. They were like sniffing each other's gearboxes through turn 8, and then I believe one of them went wide, and someone had to slam the brakes, and then 2 end plates just started flying.
Will
And
retires
that
from
is
the
a
session.
VSC. Will has retired from the session by
Yeah,
crashing into the wall, I believe.
Will was on hards.
Yes, those are not the tires to be on in these conditions.
But yeah, Blinda
And,
retires as well.
to the pits.
Yeah, his race really went downhill. Yeah, 2 people, Hammer and Gerla, who started on hards, really
I
made that
remember.
strategy work.
Yeah.
Hammer leading
but
the race now by almost 9 seconds.
remember at the start of the race when I said that those hards could, you know, if they last?
I said that as well. Don't take all the credit here. Come on. It was.
Did you though?
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh,
I mean, it would be
okay.
logical if I did.
Sure.
Ace Boy is really close to Gurla here on safety car restart. So is Neon Rays on the back of Owen for the safety car restart. Yeah, the rain seems to be picking up quite a bit now. If you're going on board with Neon Rays, it's just water everywhere. And Owen keeps a tight line there, and Owen seems to be, yeah, at least for me, seems to be quite wet. Sonny also in the back of Neon Rays.
I don't think it's gonna be a wet. I mean, it could go over to wet tires at some point, but the track just not have enough standing water enough for that right now.
Shaka gets best call in as well into turn 10, 9, 10. One of those two.
One of them. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, as Colin actually hits the back of Shaka going to the hairpin before the second DRS straight. After the tunnel section, no threads behind them, I think, is lapped. Yeah, definitely is lapped as Colin is looking for a move onto Shaka on the inside of him. Gets the move done as well. No DRS anymore because it has been deactivated due to the rain. The track seems to be getting quite wet, even though it does not look wet on track. But if you're following a car, there's just so much spray.
Yeah, I don't really know about the conditions
Oh, and
right now.
Shaka blocks up and goes straight, almost hits the back of Colin. Just avoids him, but loses a lot of time now because of it. As Kimmy says in chat, Ara's video. Kimmy, please don't make me laugh. And that's Fropsy who is in the wall. Oh no, I think these conditions are just picking up people left and right. Fropsy has damage now as well.
Oh boy.
Oh. No, never mind. We don't want penalties. Do we want penalties? I don't know. Maybe later. Maybe in a couple laps.
Maybe later?
You know, there's still stuff happening now. Penalties are there like to spice things up, you know? Like, we've got a perfectly good lasagna right now. We don't need to put more stuff on the lasagna to make it better.
Except that they're gonna start stirring up here because Neon Rays is on the back of Owen.
Yeah, he is, but Neon does have damage.
Yes, he does. That's true.
And my anecdotes are always on point.
They are?
I mean, is the lasagna one not good? Maybe it's just because food is on my mind, you know, I haven't eaten yet, so.
That's another 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit
Oh yeah,
lane.
it is.
That one's Fropsy.
Fropsy, yeah, he retires.
Yeah.
There's one thing I know. Owen has a 3-second time penalty. Neon Rays has 5 seconds, at least, if not 10.
Well, Sonny also, I believe, has at least, well, one speeding, so.
Yeah, Sonny has, I think he had 2, but he probably served 1 already, so.
Could be. Neon Rays was pretty close to Owen in that final sector there, but then lost a little bit time into the main straight, but is still closer than he was on the last lap.
Still closing up though. Owen seems to be struggling a bit in these conditions.
Also, Gurla has made up 2 seconds onto Der Hammer in the wet conditions, so this rate he's going to get to him and pass him. Well,
He also pulled away from Ace Boy, so it's Gurla is catching up. And again, he doesn't need to push super hard. He needs to get close. You know, it's still all to lose, still a really good position, but yeah, it's intermediate. It's wet conditions, and we've seen quite a few drivers get caught out by the conditions. So yeah, it's still better safe than sorry. So
yeah, definitely. Danny's also losing time to Ace Boy front. Barry Linden is well, tucked in between, sitting comfortably in P5 right now. Owen is not exactly catching him there.
yeah, Owen is in a 3-way battle almost for that P6 with Neon Rays and Sonny. Neon Rays currently, yeah, as I said, I feel like I just keep repeating this, but Neon Rays 30 points behind Owen in the championship. Sonny also a person that's been on form recently with 2 wins in the last 3 races. Doesn't seem like this race will be another win for him, but also might get close to the championship at the end, top of the championship at the end of the season.
Right, yeah. But who's whatchamacallit? Who's P3 in the championship?
Can't remember.
Okay. You didn't check.
No, this is all I checked before race, but I just don't remember. I know Neon
Okay,
Ray's been
that's
rapidly catching Owen across the past few races, so.
Alright.
Sonny
Fair
seems
enough.
to be dropping off a bit here of Neon Ray's and Owen, but through that slow part of the track, he gains time back because clean air, he doesn't have to. Yeah, Chief is P3, was P3.
Chief is, well, yeah, was P3.
This is me being
Lazy.
professional and prepared for every race, thank you.
Right. 2 points ahead of Sonny. Okay, so...
Oh, is Neon Ray's gonna go for a move around the outside of Owen here. 4P6, Neon Ray's making it stick on the outside, has the inside for the next turn. Really dangerous spot to go side by side. If you understeer, one car might get pushed into a wall. Owen needs to live there to not hit the wall. And Neon Ray's gets the job done in the wet conditions as well. Nice
I
move
had
from him.
flashbacks of Grosjean Russell on that one.
Yeah.
Exact same cars as well.
Oh, it is exact same cars as well. I'm glad they didn't make a complete repeat in that case.
Yep. That would have been bad for Neon Race and, well, bad for Owen as well, I guess. Oh boy.
Yes,
So
Sonny moves up.
if Sonny stays in P8, he's gonna match Ocean Chief in the championship, which means that he's gonna be in a tied
No,
third
if
with
he's
Ocean.
if Ocean is 2 points ahead of Sonny, and Sonny gets 4 points for P8, not 2.
Oh, I can't. Oh, oops.
Yeah. Look at how much
I-
Owen is already dropping to Neon Rays. Almost a second already. And Neon Rays is the one with damage here.
Danny's also dropping Ace Boy in front. Ace Boy is slowly but surely catching Gurla, and Gurla is actually staying at that 6-second mark to their hammer. So he's not catching, or then he's just not pushing. Or
Yeah.
then the hammer is pushing. Well, yeah, I mean, Gurla has almost 70%. Well, he had 70% ERS on that straight. Their hammer is sitting. So yeah.
Yeah, we got 5 laps of the race left. With Hammer just really having an amazing performance today. Yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but I think this race is his.
I think you just jinxed it.
Look, I'm not superstitious. I don't believe in jinxes. If it happens, it happens, and I will not take blame for it.
But would you call that divine intervention then? Do you believe in that?
I would call it being unlucky.
Okay.
Wait, Hammer had damage since before his pit stop. Does it
Okay.
look like he has damage?
That's,
Looks fine. Looks fine to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Owen might also have
like
damage. We saw Sonny before. I think Ocean said in chat Sonny had yellow wing damage, but it was not visible on the car. So so Owen might have damage as well. Then in that case, yeah, I really don't know. Sonny's in the back of Owen here. You know, dude. You know, Hammer picks up a 3-second time penalty. Is that gonna play effect in the end?
Oh, we don't know. I haven't
Okay,
checked
look at penalties. Let's go. I can't. I need to know.
All right, let's see here. Going to Der Hammer. Der Hammer has. Chat is resisting, Sanix. Do I listen to you or do I listen to chat?
Chat is always right.
Okay. As I'm being told to shut up. Thank you, chat.
You just listen to chat.
Well, I will. I won't. Sanix is being a bad boy and wants to know things and can't. Yeah.
No. Who at 16 laps left said, it's time to check the penalties?
Well, I was no.
No. Shh. Sonny is catching up to Owen. Aceboy is catching up to Gurla. Aceboy is within 1 second of Gurla. Gurla dropped a second to Hammer as well. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting at the end here. Sonny might.
I feel like Gerla might have made a mistake on that lap then, because Ace Boy is now suddenly made 1.7 seconds to 6/10. So
Yeah, and he's dropping a bit off again, gaining a bit more. Yeah, this is interesting. Sonny also dropped off a bit. I think it's at the end of Sector 2, that tunnel section. A lot of corners might get a bit hard to follow a car through there. So I think that's where you lose time following someone. And then for Sector 3, it's basically just 90-degree turns left and right. And a bit of straights in between. So I think that's where you gain the most time in Sector 3. As Sonny goes a bit deep there. Mounts that curb quite heavily, and still behind Owen, is gaining a bit on him though. Owen seems to be struggling on those intermediates. He's also on the oldest intermediates paired with No Threats and Ace Boy, so.
Yep. As Conrad apparently pit for another set of inters on lap ago. Completely missed that.
He might have had damage, so. Let me just look at this real fast. So, detail. Owen, another 3-second time penalty. Uh-oh. He had one before, we need that one.
Icewind in chat is cringing at ABS. Which,
Who
I
doesn't?
would too.
Wait. Who doesn't cringe at ABS? Oh, this is not what I want. This. Owen has the fastest lap though, so that's one more point for him. The fastest lap will definitely not be beaten in these conditions. Colin retires. On track?
His car is still moving, so it's just an on-track retirement.
He was in the points.
Just decided to retire.
Okay then, I guess.
Had enough.
Interesting. Oh, this No Threat spun.
Oh, and Shaka
picked up
decided to pit for some reason.
What's happening? Hello? Shaka's pitting onto softs? Is it drying up?
What?
The rain seems to be
stopped
stopping.
raining.
Yeah, wait.
It stopped raining.
Yeah, it stopped raining. Huh? It stopped raining.
When did that happen?
Like, no, but
What?
there's still some spray coming out the tires. Or am I blind? No?
It is, but
Yeah.
the track look. What?
What?
When did this happen?
Hold up right here. We got 2 laps left actually, cause yeah, 3 laps left, so 29 to 30. Yeah, I can count. Don't worry, I can count. I did pass math, barely, but I can count.
Elementary level, at least. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, Shaka's. He's 49 seconds behind Granat. And
and Owen's spinning as well. Sonny goes past Owen here.
Oh. Oh.
But there's still so much spray on the tires. I still don't think that lap was the lap to pit. I think Sonny gets a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits.
No, for multiple warnings, Xanax.
I can't with you, Eddie, anymore. Okay.
Aww.
Can you give us an explanation? Why do you get warnings in this game?
Because you exceed track limits?
Exactly. Anyways, yeah, so Owen pit onto soft, Shaka pit onto soft. Let's see how Owen is faring on those softs right now. Actually, wait, there's no more spray.
It's still a little bit slippy.
No, it doesn't. He's actually not struggling. He's just having perfect traction. I think it's dry. He's gaining time onto Sonny. Look at the delta. 26-1, 26-1. DRS enabled.
Yep.
Oh, it's definitely it's definitely dry.
Oh boy. Okay. So that was interesting. That means that well, everyone from P1 to P7 is gonna have to pit to dry tires unless they're gonna try to stretch those injuries. But it's way too dry for those. They're gonna completely die and overcook. But okay.
No threats. I think No Threats got really unlucky with when he spun. On 24-6 behind. This is gonna be interesting. Neon Race gets a 3-second time penalty, and he goes past Trevor here, and they're not pitting.
Trevor is in the pits.
Trevor's pitting. Yeah, Trevor's
Okay.
pitting. Yeah, the intermediates are not gonna pit. I don't think it's worth pitting. Like, you can't gain 20 seconds, but
No, you can't. That's the thing. But
oh, this
I
is
don't know.
gonna be interesting. DRS with intermediate tires, that's something you don't see often.
No. That is true. But, I believe Owen is going to be way too far behind.
Owen actually gets behind Trevor as well, so he's gonna have to fight Trevor here. He's not even close enough to him. I think Owen also changed his front wing if he did have damage, so yeah, Owen's real far back. Neon Rays though on the back of Danny here. And Neon Rays might be going for a move, and if he gets past Danny here as well, this is gonna be 8 points closer to Owen at the end of the at the end of the race.
I can hear that slap.
Yeah, it was a comedic effect is what I like to call it.
Yep. Yes.
So Neon Rays with damage. Ooh, that was a bit slidey. Oh, going for a move on the inside.
And a dive.
Oh,
Locks up his tires.
Locks
but,
up.
Makes
Keeps it.
it stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
he does.
That's a move. Yeah. I think
It
it
is a
was
move.
fair. I think he left enough room. Maybe it was a bit late. Danny slides a bit behind him. Intermediates. Yeah, they're definitely struggling here. Struggling big time. Danny and Neon Rays both have a 3-second time penalty. There's a yellow flag. That's someone who's round. That's Ace Boy who's lost it on the main straight. Oh no.
Oh no.
And he needs to turn that car around. He's losing so
Yes,
much time.
he
He's got
does,
damage.
and he's also got damage, yeah, so...
And that's big damage. And Neon Rays is right behind him. Neon Rays might get a podium here. Yeah, he's gonna go past the Ace Boy here. Neon Rays is up to P3.
Danny into the pits on the
Last
final
lap.
lap. Why?
I don't know.
I think Danny just threw away all of his points. Well, no, I mean, Granats can't catch him, but that's...
Maybe it's for Owen, so Owen gets closer to Neon Rays. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe he took
P7 is what,
him.
6 points?
Why is there a yellow flag in Sector 1? Does Ace Boy have a puncture?
Oh, I think he does.
Oh, he does. Yes, he does. His left rear.
Also, that's
It is
another position for
flopping
Owen.
about. Yeah. Oh, Ace Boy decides to retire on track on the final lap, so bye-bye from him. Yeah, Owen is now in P6 and on the back of Trevor, but he's completely out of ERS, so is Trevor though, so he's gonna have to make these last 2 sectors count. He gets another 3-second time penalty. But Der Hammer currently 9.5 seconds in front of Gurla in P2 and about to cross the line. Is in sector 3, turn 22.
Trevor on the soft
Goes
tires
through.
going past Sonny, or trying to go past Sonny here. Soft tires has definitely more grip as Hammer wins the race, but Trevor actually gets past Sonny here. Owen is on the back of them as well. Owen on soft tires. Owen might be going past Sonny here as well, and Owen does go past Sonny. Up to P5 for Owen. Yeah, Gurla gets P2, finishes the race in P2, and this is still all to play for here. Owen is up to P5. Trevor is 1.1 in front of him. No threat, slapped car is in the mix there. And yeah, Owen is going to cross the finish line. Okay, wait, let's see penalties. Neon Race finish 3rd, Trevor 4th, Owen 5th. Sonny's gonna stay 6th. Wait, the penalties actually didn't mix anything up.
Apparently not. That was very anticlimactic. Danny is gonna cross the line. He gained like 10 seconds on Sonny because of those penalties, but
Nothing changed.
not enough.
Nothing changed.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing changed with the penalties.
Yeah, no threats didn't get points. He was still a lap down after Ace Boy retires, so...
Yeah. Unfortunate. 10 cars finished the race and somehow No Threat still gets 11th. But yeah. Ace Boy, well actually, yeah, Ace Boy retired on track on lap 31, but since No Threats didn't pass him, he actually gets a point because that's a classified position.
Yeah.
Oh boy. That was a race.
Yeah, it was a race in Singapore. as Shaka crosses the finish line in P9.
Haha.
20 laps of waiting for penalties and they don't actually change anything. Yeah, so that's a pretty good way to put it. Driver of the day goes to Gerla. I will give it to Hammer. They both gained the same amount of positions. Hammer got the win though, so
Yeah.
both of them had the
Yeah.
right strategy. I think both of them deserve it. Deserve podium as well. Great drive from them. Neon Rays also definitely an
Absolutely.
honorable mention after that crash. Coming back. Also the fact he spun once as well. Just a really good recovery drive from him. Gained 7 points to Owen. Wait, Owen finished P4 or P5? P5, right? Gains 5 points on Owen.
Think so.
Actually, no, gets 4 points on Owen. Wait, no. Who had fastest lap? Fastest lap, yeah. 4 points on Owen. It's how much he gained. Oh no, look at the penalties though. Everyone had them.
Oh. Oh. Oh God. Oh Lord.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Hammer gets driver of the day, for sure. I mean, Gerla and Hammer both 10 positions, right call. Phenomenal drive from them. Neon Rays picking up the podium. Honorable mention to him as well. Great recovery drive. Owen went for the gamble. Kind of paid off, kind of didn't. It was quite some fighting between Owen, Neon Rays, and Sonny as well this race, so it was fun to watch. Danny with that late pit stop lost quite a lot of points, so maybe that wasn't the right call from Danny. Granite had a really unlucky race, finished P8, Shaka P9, Aceboy P10, No Threats P11. Yeah, I think Aceboy gets the point here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's classified as 10th, even though he retired, but No Threats was still 1 lap down, so that's for him.
Alta 4 interview time. There's nothing more satisfactory than Alta 4ing.
I mean, I could tell you a few things that are more satisfactory than that, but let's not take this up here.
Okay, let's see. Interviews. Let's go. Is this interviews?
If you want.
Okay. How are you feeling, Owen?
Well, sick. I'm not very well, so it was kind of an interesting race, to be fair.
Yeah, it was. P5 at the end?
Yeah. Well, from the start, it was. I felt strong on the soft tires, on the medium tires, sorry. And the plan was for Danny to let me pass when we were both on the softs, and it kind of got confusing. I ended up getting held up by him and the McLaren in front. I then went for a move on Danny, and the McLaren was really slow into that really slow left-hander, and I got wing damage. And then I ended up hitting 1 lap too early onto the inters, and that kind of just screwed me over. I lost like 12 seconds to Danny at the front, and my tires were like 89% when I pitted onto softs, but I guess the softs at the end kind of saved me a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely did. Still, you, Sonny, and Neon Rays had some fighting going on as well. I think there was also some incident, some contact between you that caused some wings to fly.
I think it was. I think it's kind of 50-50, all of that. None of us had grip. Like, no one had grip on the inters. The track was horrible. It was in between dry and wet. There was no it wasn't really in the weather. Sonny went for a dive on me and squeezed me into the wall, and I just kept the inside because I had a better exit, and he went for the 10 as I did, and I couldn't really do anything else. I stayed to as far left as I could, and from what I've heard, I gave him a little tap onto the wall. There was nothing I could really have done.
Yeah. Well, P5, Neon Rays outscored you a bit. Only gained 4 points on you though this race, so that is a. It could have been much worse.
Did I keep fastest lap?
You did keep fastest lap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, well, I think Neon Rays got fairly lucky, but literally the only thing that lost me my position to Neon Rays, I think, was that 1 lap, 1 lap early, sorry, for the inters, and a little bit of wing damage I got from the McLaren. But it happens. And it'll be very interesting to see how close this gets with Neon Rays.
Yeah, it's shaping up to come really close towards the end of the season. Yeah, well, anyways, how are you feeling about next race? Russia, I think it is.
Russia's one of my stronger tracks. It's just like, the only thing I struggle with really is the rain, and I keep calling my strategies wrong. So as long as I get a good strategy at Russia, and as long as I don't get pens, like my pens today were kind of weird. It was mainly because I was looking at a bucket thrown up instead of looking at the track. But as long as I can keep my head down and not get penalties in Russia, it'll be very interesting.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's it for me. Yeah, thanks for coming in for the interview. Involuntarily, of course, but you don't have a choice. Uh, I'll see you next week.
See you later.
See you later. So moving back, move our race winner in here, Hammer. Hello.
Hello.
Race win. Better than last week's race. Definitely went your way.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Has strategy paid off, both for you and Gerla?
Yeah, that was the lucky thing because in qualifying I was actually first pissed because I was 5 tenths up and I would have had like a 25.5 or 25.4 on mediums. But then I thought maybe starting P11 isn't that bad. And I actually overtook only one car on the entire race and I won. So yeah, definitely strategy paid off there. But it was super difficult. I don't know if you noticed, but I had wing damage from lap 2.
Yes, actually we didn't see the wing damage, but someone did point it out in chat that you had wing damage, so.
Yeah, but somehow, strangely enough, it made the car more stable. I don't know. Like it was understeery, but it wasn't as slippery as you normally have on Singapore. So after a few laps, I thought, okay, it felt fine. So I chose not to repair the wing, and I just got faster and faster on the hards. And yeah, then when the Inter came, I had such a big gap that it didn't even matter. So it was just cruising home. Well, cruising, it was still really difficult, but yeah, lucky strat and lucky win, but it counts.
Yeah, I mean, you also got driver of the day from us because right call, you pulled the gap to Gerla as well, who was there. Yeah, are you gonna be racing next week?
Maybe, yeah. I was thinking about maybe asking for a seat if there's one. I don't know if there is, but if there's one, because at the moment I don't have anything to do on Tuesday, so.
I think there probably is a seat somewhere. How are you feeling about Russia next week?
Oh, that's a really good track for actually much better than Singapore. So yeah, Russia's just I just did it in another league and that's a league where I'm normally last because I'm there in the highest split there and I'm not fast enough, so I'm usually way behind. But there I was actually fighting for like P5, P6, so I'm quite confident for Russia.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you race next week in case you choose to do so.
Cool.
You definitely have the pace to win races. Strategy was also right call, so yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining in, and yeah, I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's get Gerla in here. Hello.
Hello.
B2.
Correct.
Strategy, same
you have
as
to
Hammer.
guess?
that was a good intro, no? How was your race?
Yeah, it was really nice. Really quiet, actually. Only action in the first couple of laps, I think. Then yeah, I saw that it was going to rain at the end, so I gambled for the hards and the rain came into my advantage. And yeah, I was in voice chat with Hammer. We planned it and it worked out really well. So I'm really satisfied with that race.
Yeah, you're you missed a couple of races, but this is gonna be good for you guys in constructors. I think Sonny finished in front of Danny as well, so.
Yeah, for sure. I think Sonny's further up in the championship than me, but I think we're up there in the constructors.
Yeah, for sure you are. Currently Haas is still leading, but you guys will catch up. Yeah, will you be racing here next week in Russia?
I hope so. I really like Russia, so I really hope so.
Yeah. I really don't know what to ask anymore. Eddie, do you have more stuff to ask?
No, I don't. I never have anything to ask in interviews.
Yeah.
You know that.
Well, yeah. Well, in that case,
Okay.
yeah, girl, I'm really out of questions,
Yeah.
but
No
good,
problem.
good
Thank
race.
you guys.
Yeah, good race from you. But yeah, good strategy as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for coming for the interview, and yeah, we'll be seeing you next week.
Bye.
Bye bye. Yeah. On that note, Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, girl, do I move you out? Okay, he muted himself. No, it's fine. Okay. I was super confused.
Oh my lord.
It's too late. I need to eat. Yeah. On that note, we can end the stream here. It was a fun race to watch. Fun race, indeed. Next week we got Russia. Thank you, Eddie, for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we can end the stream here. And thanks for everyone in chat who was watching. And yeah, thank you and goodbye.
See you.